Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Hollow Knight. This is episode 11 of the series so far. And when we last left off, we went through the Soul Sanctum, and we beat. I forgot his name already. But you know what makes that easy? If we go into this, the Soul Master is who he is. We defeated him, got the Desolate Dive, and now that we have the Desolate Dive, we can go on to pick up some things that we didn't have before. Let's dash on through here. Since we're here, let's make our lives a little bit easier. Here, beat this bug, and activate this. We have to do this eventually anyway, so might as well get this over with. So, coming over here, we can go on the spikes, just like any other spike. You son of a gun. There we go. Let's pick up the ones from above first, just so that it's easier to go down on here. Oh. Because there is some over here, I believe. Oh, three combo there. Got me good. And there's two here. Pick that up. And we don't want to drop down because over here there's some more. And here we go. There's a little sparkle I mentioned last time. If you're near the tree, you can see a little sparkle. And that means that we've collected every single one. If we dream nail, it says, promised plenty. Souls to serve. Soul twisted. You get a little bit of lore if you hit them with the dream nail. Not a huge amount of lore, but enough to piece together what's going on in the world. Now, we want to go to where that red pin is, right there. But it'll take a little bit of time. So what we're going to do is we're going to fast travel to the Forgotten Crossroads. And here we are. It's just beside that little red pin. Down here is the fungal waste. This is where we went through to get to the fungal wastes instead of through the Queen Station. And if we come over here, it's a little bit of shaking ground, we can break this. And now, if we look in the background, there is one of those worm things that stick out of the ground and you can't defeat. A fossilized golem wedged into the rock. By inspecting this, we get the golem journal entry. Thickly armored, it bursts from the ground to seize prey in its fangs. These brutes seem to be impervious to most damage, so you can sharpen your weapons to their thick hide or just slash away at them for your own amusement. They barely seem to notice. But yeah. That was all that was here, but we'll need that for the 100% in this game. So now that that's done, we can remove that from our pins. Take that off. And that's done. If we look up here, we still have this one here. So I will see you over here. Actually, no, I'll see you over here to show you the drop. from this area here. Yeah, actually. Oh no, we still haven't done this bit here, so let's do that first. See you guys at the stag station. Alright, now that we're at the stag station, we can go to where we last fought the, just before where we last fought the false knight in the previous episodes, where this guy is at, and we had him break this. And the reason we come back here is now that we have the crystal heart, we can dash on through here. And break this just so that we have an exit. And we can start coming up here. You start seeing that there's these plus things. And there's like this fog seeping through. It's not very pleasant, but it's there. Beat those guys up just because we can, and in here we're gonna have to beat up a whole lot more. And quickly just dispatch these guys. It's not too hard. It's just a small little gauntlet of them. Although the aspits are terribly annoying. They're not as bad as the primal aspits. Oh, did not mean to do that. Oh! Luckily, that was the last one. And we can also hear a faint heartbeat coming from these pus sacs and veins. And over here, we find a bigger version of the monster thing. And it's the mother of all these things, I guess. And we received the glowing womb charm. It's actually a very nice charm to have. Ignoring that guy. Going back to the bench, we'll take a gander at it real quick. Because if you remember, we have another charm notch. So this one is worth 2. If we were to remove, say that one there, and use the glowing womb, using our soul, we can create little fly versions of ourselves, and they're really cute. They do damage to enemies when you go near them. They use their lives to explode on them. They're pretty great. I love them. They're fantastic. You can have up to 3 of them at once, and they go and charge at enemies and explode. They're really fantastic, but they're even more fantastic later on once we have another charm that synergizes fantastically with it. But now that that's done, we can head off back into the Crystal Peaks. So I'll see you guys there. We're back into the Crystal Peaks. In here, a sad tale is being told by that clinking and clanking going on that we can hear. And that is over here. Our friend Mila. You'd think, right? You hear the clinking, but you don't hear the singing. You don't hear Mila's singing. And that means that if we walk near her, she starts getting that known glow in her eyes. And that's because Mila, unfortunately, has been taken by the plague that is taking over Hallownest. And so I'd rather not kill her, because it's just incredibly sad. You can kill her if she just drops regular geos. It's not the best thing. So we're just gonna leave her be. And so coming over here, this is the thing I showed you from the beginning of the series. Here's where we can Desolate Dive. And if you're fast enough, you can pick this up here without needing the Monarch Wings. It's a rancid egg. Not the best, but it's useful. So now that we're in the Crystal Peak, we are headed towards the crystallized mound all the way to the right over there. So I'll see you guys over there. And here we are, using the dash that we just received in this area. Come over here, heal up real quick, and receive some soul. This, head in. And just like before, we have to break down the ground. And it's a little gauntlet. Fortunately, there's more of these bastards. Ah! And they suck. Luckily, we can get rid of them that way. Heal up here. Carefully falling down. Ignore them the best you can. Oh no, I didn't dash well enough. Keep in mind there's a bug there. Okay. That was better than expected. We can go up that way, we can go up and to the left, but we can also go over here. Over here, there is some soul energy we can grab from there. Oh, best if we drop there. We go up here to the right, we can save a little buddy. Wait for those to turn over. And we can come up here. In here, we find a crystallized snail. And just like anything we find in a crystal, we break it, right? Well, sadly, because we broke it, it kind of just dies. Or he, I'm not sure what gender that snail was. And in here, we get the Descending Dark. Consumed the Descending Dark. Tap B while holding down to strike the earth with a burst of power. Now this is the same as the Desolate Dive, except it does more damage. And yeah, this just does more damage. So now that we've come here, can come into the map and get rid of this pin. We've already finished that. Now, there's another area we could come, which is over here, but we don't need to do that right now, so we're going to skip over that for now. And we will be... what's the best course of action here? You know what? Let's take this episode to do some backtracking. So we're going to go over here to the... Actually, no. It's better if we do that later. Let's go back into the City of Tears. We'll be starting off in the sewers. See you guys there. Alright, now I said we'd be going back into the City of Tears to enter the sewers. And I was going to do that, but I remembered that since we were in the crystallized mound, we could drop down into the resting grounds. And by coming over here, we could go to that area where I forgot to put a pin down for starters, to show that we could go down here. So I'm going to be doing that now. This area is a nightmare. It's filled with breakable walls and enemies that do a lot of damage, so try not to get hit by these guys. There's also a lot of trap floors. And those guys there as well. And we can cheese that guy there. Pick up some money here. Save a little buddy if we're able to dash onto that wall. Coming over here, be careful with the ground, because the ground can break. But if you notice here, if we hold the wall is very cracked, meaning we can continue on. Now here, the ground starts breaking, and also at the end there, so be careful. Going down here, the ground also breaks. And in here, there's an enemy. So it's easier if we just pogo him. Over here, I believe is a Wanderer's Journal. Was. If we come up here, this is also breakable. And in here is a charm. And this seems to be a grave of a snail shaman. And we received the Soul Eater charm by coming up here. But yeah, this is definitely a snail shaman grave. You've seen only one snail shaman that's alive so far. Does this guy talk? So dark. Yes. If we nail, dream nail some graves, they can speak. Ah, you see? I knew it. It's a snail shaman. If you hit it with the dream nail, he just says, "Let me rest." Snail shamans are very powerful, I guess. So they're able to tell when you're bothering them. Coming over here, there's a guy down there. We can beat him up. Not that we need to, but we can. Over here, there's breakable ground, and we'll get it after we break this. Careful with those guys. We could break this wall here. There's another one of those. Some more treasure. And we keep going. Explode again. And it breaks there as well. And we can pick up a Hallownest seal. Over here is a breakable wall as well. And this goes into the elevator that goes into the City of Tears. So we've made a full circle, I guess. And from here, I think I want to check and see if Coral has finally gone to the Lake of Tears. So let's take a quick gander over here for Coral. Well, not the Lake of Tears, the Blue Lake. So he's not on this side, so let's check on the other side. And he's not here. Maybe he's up here? Nope. I wonder if there's a trigger for him to show up. Let's take a rest here and check out the map. Type the key there. And we can see the area we were just in. And we're now back over here. So let's take the chance to check out Salooper's shop. Because we have got some more pins, so we need 3 more. 3 more charms in order to get that one, so might as well buy them here. At least the cheap ones, so that we're not completely broke. And we could buy another notch charm. A charm notch. Let me go here. We now have 2 slots open there. And we can either give that to the long nail or give that to the heavy blow. If we look at our nail size right now, we reach, let's see here. With this nail, we can reach the edge there of that spike. If we take the long nail, what's the best way to? If we stand right here, it reaches the last spike. And if we take it off, and the same spot, it reaches the second spike before the end. So like I said before, some of these charms work really well with each other. And in this case, the long nail works well with the Mark of Pride. And it can also work really well with the heavy blow. I'm going to go with the heavy blow because defeating enemies faster is a whole lot better than not. So it's put that one on. And I will be heading to the stag station to go to the City of Tears. So I'll see you guys in the City of Tears. Alright, back here in the City of Tears, we are back at the sewer entrance. And here at the sewer entrance, I'll show you where we are on the map, is just here, in the center of the City of Tears. And we want to go down. We use that one simple key to open the way, and we want to go all the way left. Be careful with these enemies. Once you hit them, they switch their style. That guy explodes. Also, I remembered on my way here that the heavy blow charm isn't for more damage, it's for more knockback when you hit enemies. Over here, I just wanted to mention that there's a painting for the bench. That's because it's right here. This is why we needed to beat the Soul Sanctum boss, the Soul Master, because the bench is down here. And you needed the Desolate Dive to get this a whole lot easier without having to go through the whole sewers. Going back up. Because we need to come to the left over here. Exploding guy here, careful. There is some enemies that are annoying but aren't dangerous, per se. And the reason I'm saying come over here to the left is because as you see down here, there is some papers. Ignoring these guys, I will mention that if you look at them and you beat them, they break apart. And it's both a top part and a bottom part. Over here, you gotta drop down. Stick to the top, and you'll be fine. The bottom half activates a good second or two after the top part activates. As you're beating enemies, you'll also pick up some Dream Essence when you defeat an enemy. Not often, but every now and then. Rancid up here. Don't want to drop down, because if you heal here, without any damage, you can pick up some soul from these guys. Now you can drop down here without any worries. You can see the paper trail is going this way. And this is the little mini boss. These guys get really puffed up once you hit them. And why I say mini boss is because if you don't beat them, that gate doesn't open. And you need that gate so that you can open this here. And this here opens that down there. And it also lets us get to Cornifer. Ho ho! Aren't these waterways thrilling? A labyrinth of pipes and tunnels. I couldn't have asked for a better place to employ my talents. It's all so orderly, so considered. Nothing like the crude irregularity of those caverns. But so sad. My trunk is telling me those fungal wastes are close, and I sense my damp adventure may have reached its end. Guess I'll be calling this map done. Yes, I wish to purchase it. Thank you very much. A Royal Waterways map. Anything else to say? I'd wager these pipes and chambers were once used to carry the city's waste. Would have been a horrid stench down here. Thankfully, that constant rain has flushed them clean. Last thing he has to say. And over here, if we just stand on here, that breaks. But I want to come over here. First, let's quickly pick up all these geos. Coming out here. This is the shortcut I mentioned ages ago when we picked up the Dashmaster charm. I think it was episode 4 or 5. This is the thing that I mentioned that was closed off from this side. We had to come in through the waterways to open that up. Just here, and up above us is the bench. And that's where we will end this episode today. Thank you very much, everybody, for watching this episode. We went through a lot of backtracking today. But we did get a lot of things done. This might be a little bit of a shorter episode once I get to editing, but that's okay. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.